A cool thing you can do, for example, if you wanted to add a rifle, instead of adding it to your character in their default stance or manually changing animation, you can switch the stance live. I will build up on the animation blueprint I made in the previous video, which is also the same as the Manny animation blueprint. Begin by getting your stance animations, idle, walk, run, and the necessary jumping animations if your character can jump. Create a blend space 1D and set the stance animations. Idle on 0, running on 100. I will duplicate my running animation and slow it down to get the walking animation, which is a useful trick if you don't have a proper walking animation. Set it in the middle somewhere. Next, create a new variable and set it to be an integer. Open up your animation blueprint and create an integer variable here too. Go to your event graph and on one of the nodes, set the stance variable and cast your character. You can use getPlayerCharacter or getOwningActor as target. Get your character stance variable and set the AnimBP stance variable. In the anim graph, add a blend poses by int node and connect it to be before the slot default slot if you have one. Duplicate your default animations and save it to a cache. Connect your default stance to 0. Duplicate the main states and connect it to 1. Set the stances variable to be the child index. Go to your created animation states and replace all the animations with your new stance. Change the locomotion to be your newly created one. Go into your character blueprint and add input to switch stance. You can switch back and forth as much as you want. A cool thing you can do, for example, if you wanted to add a rifle, instead of adding it to your character in their default stance or manually changing animation, you can switch the stance live. You can create as many stances as you want by left-clicking the Blend Pose node and adding another index.